Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. This is going to be my review for the DX Shiny Kiramei Changer from Mashin Sentai Kiramager. This is the changer that belongs to the 6th Ranger Kiramei Silver, which as of this recording is yet to debut, and this toy has come out before his debut because of the production delay and everything, and I think it's interesting because Japan's like always really strict about like the toy has to be on the shelf at the same time or the world's gonna explode. So the world didn't explode and the toy's out, kind of like we have here in the US where the toys will come out before the stuff. But so this changer, as you can see by it, is a pretty traditional, not at all weird looking changer. I mean, pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. But yeah, it's definitely a weird one. In some ways, just the shape and concept of it remind me of the Boken Silver changer, even though it's quite different. And I do kind of like some of the creativity that's gone into it. Like, for example, here, this is meant to be a globe, and it does spin around. And here in a second, when we have the electronics on, there's like a little light on here for the LED light that looks like a searchlight on the globe. I think that's really clever for his gimmick, just clever idea in general, and using this is kind of cool and neat. When I first saw the pictures of this, I assumed these were going to be little firing discs, like you put discs here and they did different things or they fired or something, but I like the concept of it, and you know, it looks fine for what it is. Kind of like the Kiramei changer itself, I was very lukewarm on the design and still am, but having it in person I do like it a little bit more, but it's still not my personal cup of tea. As much as I like the creativity and thinking, I do kind of miss the changer just being simplistic. Even though the Ryusol changer didn't do a lot sound-wise, I liked that it was just kind of normal and it didn't look like a weird growth, and that's what this kind of looks like. Again, respect the creativity, but it is kind of an oddball, like weird looking one, even though I kind of like it. And it looks fine for what it is. I like the globe under here. I think it looks good. It's got kind of a nice shiny quality to it. You got nice shiny clear plastic here that looks good. The orange looks a little bit cheap in places. The sort of silver plastic here doesn't look too bad with the buttons, but yeah, it looks like mid-level. That's what I would say about it. So let's go ahead and go for the sounds. So you can see the little light there, it kind of looks like a searchlight, which is, speaking of, should actually get a couple different sounds with that. So that's the second one you get with that, but I really do like that searchlight. I think it's a unique addition to it and a unique way of making use of the LEDs. So that's just kind of like the default stuff it does before you get into the main functions. So we have 3 buttons here. Obviously, this is to call your Megazord. No, I'm just kidding. This is to transform, this is to call the mecha, and then this is to communicate. So let's do the transformation first. Use a little bit different sounds after you do that. So that's the main transformation noise. Now for this one, press this once. So that summons his mecha, and now if you spin it again, you get the transformation for the main mecha, and then some attack sounds. And then it'll just reset to mecha, transformation, and attack. So yeah, you use this to activate the next sounds for the next formations. You don't have to keep pressing this again. Some toys are like that where you have to press this again to activate the further ones. Then you have the call button. We'll just kind of let it go this time. So it'll do one kind of ring and then 2. And you can't activate it like this, you have to wait for the second one. And then that goes back to its default mode. So then if you activate, it's like the game over noise, I guess. So then if you activate all 3, so let's activate calling. And then the mecha. And then you press this one. Thank you, thank you. So he was just really applauding me on what a great review this is, honestly. But that's pretty much about the it for this thing. Overall, it's very okay for me. It's a lot less feature-rich than the main one, and even this year in general, they're not very feature-rich because there's not like a gimmick or anything, but I kind of like the regular Kiramei Changer better. They're both not my favorite designs, but the regular one has a lot more sounds. This one's just kind of base level, which is, you know, fine, but just as it is, I would say it's mid-range for me. If you're really excited for the 6th Ranger and you see him and you really like him and you want the Changer, it's a solid Changer, but it's not one of my favorites. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I appreciate the original thinking, but I do just kind of miss normal Changers. And the sounds are fine, I don't really have anything bad to say about it, but it's not something that I'm saying you absolutely must have unless you're just really into it or a completionist collector like myself. That's about it for this one, guys, though. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for all my reviews and more videos. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.